Welcome to the London Property Podcast, your go-to source for navigating the complex and ever-changing London real estate market. Our digital marketplace provides informative and educational content from industry leaders through podcasts and videos. We cover various aspects of the real estate experience, including buying and selling, finance, law, tax, construction, design, and more. Join us as we delve into the latest trends and developments in the market and gain valuable insights from our panel of experts.
Hello and welcome to London Property, the home of Super Prime. I'm your host Farnaz Fazaipour, and today we have the pleasure of speaking with Raoof Haghighi, who is an incredible artist and definitely one to watch, especially if you want to fill up your walls in your Super Prime homes.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure.
So Raoof, I'm going to just go straight into asking you to tell us more about yourself and your family and the environment that influenced your work. So I'm going to pass it over to you for all of that information. Tell us more about it.
Sure. I was born in Iran, the beautiful city of Shiraz, in an artistic family. And my dad, he's an artist. He is a pioneer actually in Shiraz. He does the traditional artwork, and for example, some of his work has been, I don't know if you have seen in Afefabad and Bagharam, he painted the ceilings of that. And I grew up with an artistic family. All my siblings and everybody, they are into art. And this is basically how I grew up. So. And
I know that I've read in the brochure that you had for your recent exhibition that you held in Knightsbridge, that art to use like breathing. So there was no training involved then?
Yeah, I'm a self-taught artist, and I have been painting as far as I remember, and it feels like it's been always there for me. It might sound strange, but I never felt I achieved something. It felt like it's been always there, and all the time I was painting at school, and from early age I knew I want to be an artist, and it was so clear to me. And it really feels like a breathing to me, and I can't do anything else about
well, you're
art. Yeah.
Very lucky.
Thanks so much.
I wish I had something like that I could just belong to. Was there a time where you actually conceptualized why you want to be an artist, and what is an artist? It's
very simple. I love painting, and there is something about creating art and painting. It just for me is like meditation. Is my life, and I love the process of it. So many people, they see art when it's done, but for artists, when you start something till finish, that journey, all those things you go through, technically, emotionally, or whatever, I really enjoy that process. And to me, it's as simple as that, yes.
What would you say is the style that best describes your work? Because you have incredible talent to do quite a varied kind of end product.
Again, as a young Raoof, I was always interested in different styles of work. I remember we used to have this art book, and inside that book, it was so many different styles of paintings, and I wanted to do all of them. And I love to trying different techniques, styles, and I love to experimenting with new ideas and stuff. And but mainly, I love to paint humans. People. And there is something about portrait I really enjoy, and the environment around it. And also I was, again, since young age, I was interested in surrealism, which is, recently I started doing more and more, like these kind of drawings, and I really enjoying it.
So surrealism is something that you have been doing more recently, but a lot of what you've done is done in pencil when it comes to the surrealism work. When do you decide the use of color versus surrealism? Can you take us through that journey?
Yes, definitely. I love drawing. The freedom in drawing I have is just, this is something I really enjoy. Normally when you put color on something is like statement, okay, this is like blue or whatever. But when it's black and white and drawing, people, they have, I feel there's more imagination when they look at them, and they can imagine any colors in that black and white drawings. And again, I'm saying I love the freedom of drawings. I can, whatever I imagine, I can just create very quickly. And normally when I do hyperrealism portraits, it takes a long time, maybe 4 or 5 months sometimes. And yeah, that's why I chose drawings to say my, like in surrealism. That's why, yeah.
Because I guess color kind of limits you.
Yeah, that's
whereas
yeah.
with the pencil, you've got the freedom to just go.
Definitely. And also the result is quicker. Normally I do these drawings around 1 or 2 days, sometimes few hours. And it happens when I love drawing, sometimes later on I make it in color. Yes. But I love to do surrealism with like pencil drawings, basically.
We should have asked you to bring your doodle book with you.
Yeah, definitely.
The inspiration for surrealism must come from like a whole concept that you're trying to put on paper.
That's true.
So tell me how that formulates itself, or does it just suddenly come from nowhere?
It varies really. I mean, I do lots of sketches, I do lots of doodling, and sometimes they come through my sketches, and sometimes it just comes immediately. And again, it happens, sometimes I start drawing something and I have no idea what it is till it finishes. This process excites me. I mean, even sometimes I get shocked about it. So, but I get inspiration from everything. Watching TV, watching people, everything happens around me, my life and everything, yeah. That comes from, I get inspiration from everything, basically.
And you actually grew up in Iran, right?
Yes.
So you were educated there, you went to university there.
I didn't go to university. In that time when I was in Shiraz, there was no art university in Shiraz. So the closest one, an architect. I studied architect at high school for 2 years, and then I studied graphic design, which these two were very close to painting. But again, all the time I was painting. And then when I graduated, I just decided I need to do my own practice. Yeah. So that's how all the time I was painting, and yeah, how I just gained my techniques basically.
And when did painting become a job?
A very young age, actually. I started teaching art at age 18. And also around 17, I started playing guitar as well. So I used to teach guitar and art at the same time. So this was actually how it started. Yeah.
And did you feel that living in the environment that you had to live in with the difficulties that Iran was going through, all the changes, influenced your work?
Definitely. I mean, this is something I found out everywhere I live. It does affect on my work. Probably most of the artists are like that. But it was a bit difficult because I remember I couldn't exhibit so many of my work because of how it was. And but when you have restriction, you find a way to actually create something and tell the people what you want to say. Yeah.
Restriction actually makes people more artistic.
Definitely.
Because I remember when I went to Cuba and everybody's musical talents, and you sort of feel like, you know, if there's nothing else, you've got that. So with that in mind, your work now actually has a lot of female, you know, controversial female figures when it comes to, you know, the women life freedom movement in Iran. Did that influence your recent work?
Definitely. I mean, I was watching news and everything, and it happens very naturally. I didn't force myself to, I mean, it just happened. Like, I have to draw something. And yeah, this is a very sensitive subject, and I love to work around that, basically. And yes.
So when something's on your mind and occupying what you're thinking, then it just comes out in your art.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it has to feel right as well. And yes, and sometimes when I draw something, I'm not sure if I want to share it, but at the same time I realize this is me. I have to actually express myself somehow. Yeah.
Now you've won many awards since you've been in the UK.
True.
And a number of those awards have been for portraits at the National Portrait Gallery.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about the ones that you're most proud of, and for you was, this is it, I've really achieved what I'm trying to achieve.
Well, actually, I've been lucky to be selected for the BP Portrait Award 3 times, which is a bit like tough to get in. And also in 2011, I become Artist of the Year from Artists and Illustrators magazine, the UK #1 magazines. And that was really nice to just come out of Iran and win that prize for me. Literally put me on a map, which it helps me to be able to actually create more. And the thing I'm proud of, I think I won the gold memorial ball from the Miniature Society of Royal Miniature Society, and I'm proud of that, basically.
So an artist like you, who's actually displayed their portraits in the National Portrait Gallery, it's something fantastic to be able to get a bit of your art onto our walls, of our own portraits of our loved ones and families. How did it come about? Is that a result of being exhibited there, that you now do portraits by commission?
Yes, actually that really helped. And recently I actually started doing some commission portraits, and I realized I really enjoy that because, of course, normally I think artists, they like to do their own stuff, but I don't see it that way. I see when I get commissions, I see it as a project, and I really enjoy doing that. Yeah, but all of these competitions I have won, it really helped me to get some commissions as well. Yeah.
So actually doing commission work also enables you to connect with other people in your art rather than doing it in solitude. That's
true. And I actually feel every time I paint something, even from a photo, whatever, the result is something very different, special. You can't compare it to the photo because it's so different. And I always feel there is part of me in those portraits as well. So, yeah.
So how does that process start when someone wants to do portraiture with you? So is it different depending on who you're with, or as you say, sometimes it's from photographs, sometimes I assume it's from a sitting, but talk me through that. So if somebody wanted to commission you to do that, what is the process that they have to go through?
It really varies. Sometimes people send me a photo, they said we want this photo to be painted because they love that photo. There is a memory of them, and that particular one. Of course, I have to tell them which photo is good for paintings because the lighting should be right and the details and stuff. And other times I go see them and speak to them. I do some sketches and take some photographs, and I just use them as a reference and I create the portrait.
And how long does that take?
Again, depends of for example, how many people are and the details, the backgrounds. But normally, probably somewhere around 4 weeks to 3 months. Yeah.
Fantastic. So basically, we are very happy to have you on the show. And we'll be following you very closely. Your art is fantastic. Your work is fantastic. When I saw the portraits, when I first saw them, I couldn't believe that they weren't photographs. They're so brilliant.
Thanks so much for having me, and it was a great conversation. Thanks for everything.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show. So if you'd like to connect with Raoof, or in fact want to have your whole family's portraits done, then please do drop us a line and we will ensure to make that happen.
Thanks for tuning in to our latest episode of the London Property Podcast. Head over to our website where you can browse our exclusive network of top experts driving the market. As a member, you'll have direct access to our experts and their networks. Our award-winning content will help you choose the right professionals for your needs and make informed decisions about your investments. Personal recommendations are a powerful tool in connecting with trusted professionals. Let us introduce you to the right people to help you achieve your real estate goals. Contact us now to learn more about becoming a member and gaining access to these valuable resources, or joining our directory of experts.